This is going to be really fun. That's really what the orcs do. And that's one of the reasons why we have the orcs boards free to play. Because the players that just want to play without paying anything, usually they have a certain type of behavior inside the game. And the committed player, the one that will spend a lot of money and they're spending their life there, they take this very seriously. And the thing is, I wanted to find a way to monetize trolling for a long time. And so you're gonna have people, you know, that's gonna complain to say, hey, there's a band of orcs that is ganking my spawning point. Well, yeah, that's what orcs do, you know. So, oh, there's an orc that insulted me, you know. Well, yeah, that's what orcs do, you know. And the other thing is to be able to, for you guys to live what it is to be a Space Marine. Because if you look at these 4 Space Marine, when they were attacked by orcs, it was not just 2 orcs coming like this, it was hordes of orcs. So having the orcs boys as a free-to-play faction will create that green tide, basically, that will come running toward you.
I'm gonna be so fucking poor after this game comes out.
Yes, sir?
How would you then in that case handle a faction balance?
So that's a very good question. Thank you to ask it because I want to talk about that. So balance, there's a lot of video games that have tried so hard to balance everything. It doesn't work, okay? Because you guys are all different, you play differently. Some of them are wiser than others. So what we have in the game, it's, we call this, what's your scientific word? You call this?
Asymmetric.
Asymmetric balance. So what it means, asymmetric balance, is if you look at a chess game is 100 pawns can still eat the queen depending on the situation. For example, the orc boys, they're very strong, but they're not very good in range, and they don't have armor. So if you're the commander, if you're the strike force commander or the squad commander, and you say, okay, run, charge! They go behind it until they get into range with a Space Marine, and then in range they can cut a Space Marine in half if they do it right. So it's the balance. What I like to say, and David was telling me that in the 40K tabletop game is the same thing. We are unfair, but unfair. So it's unfair equally to everybody. So it's about your strategy, about how you use it. So
and also the campaign system, which will be also the vehicle for the story, will give to your faction some objectives. So basically, as you need to do as a race is to do your objective, not automatically to conquer the entire planet. Which means that, for example, if you have less Eldar population, you still have some objective that will be done for your size. And if you are able to accomplish them, you might win in front of a nord of orcs or even a lot of Space Marines.
So as an example, the Space Marine can say, oh, I won that campaign because we took over all the other territories and all the fortresses. But the Eldar said, yeah, but we took over a Titan manufacturer. Watch the next campaign, you know, because they took over a Titan manufacturer and they can produce more powerful weapon. So that's the reason why we call this asymmetric balance. Yeah, sir?
Sur le même compte, on va pouvoir justement jouer maintenant Space Marine. Puis si ça nous tente, on joue en orc un soir.
Yeah, petit espion, hein? Savoir ce qui va se faire dans l'autre côté pour gagner la campagne. Non, c'est une joke.
J'imagine tu meurs vite.
Oui, c'est clair. Le modèle d'affaires, c'est exactement la même chose que le tabletop, c'est-à-dire que quand tu veux acheter ton Space Marine, tu achètes ton Space Marine, après ça, tu veux acheter une autre race, tu achètes une autre race. Et oui, tu peux être sur le même compte, mais par contre, pour en payer, on veut que les gens fassent de l'espionnage de l'univers de 40K, mais pour ça, on va mettre un certain cooldown pour pas que tu puisses switcher d'un à l'autre rapidement. Alors, on va juste essayer de trouver, on l'a pas designé encore, on essaie de trouver la pour empêcher de rendre ça là, juste d'aller espionner 10 fois dans la même journée. Là. Mais le concept d'espionnage va exister dans le jeu.
C'est encore plus cool dans le fond, comme moi je jouerais Eldar, lui jouerait Orc, puis lui jouerait Space Marine, mais on pourrait...
Exactement, vous pourriez vous battre.
Ces mêmes games aussi.
Exactement. Mais ça fait partie aussi de l'univers 40K, hein, tu sais, de Treachery dans 40K, ça existe partout. Fait que, et au lieu d'essayer de vous en sortir en sachant très bien que vous allez le faire de toute façon en utilisant Skype ou ailleurs, ben on va vous donner les outils pour le faire à l'intérieur du jeu vu que c'est l'univers 40K. So basically, yes, we will allow spying, so people can have more than one faction into his account. You need to buy them. There's different factions. Your armies playing 40K. We haven't designed it yet, but we're going to have a mechanic so you don't switch from one to the other just to go spy, because the objective that you will receive in the game, besides the objective from the Imperium, you're going to have objective from your war council, so players will give you objective. These objectives will give you XP bonuses, but you don't get You get rewarded if you do them. You don't get penalized if you don't. You can do your own stuff and just don't follow it. But the whole game is about working in team. So there is things to do for anti-social MMO player, which I know there exists a lot. But really, the best the best feeling you'll have playing this game is if you do it with a team of friends. Because even the monetization, we're gonna have a whole section of monetization which is about buying stuff for your whole squad, for your whole strike force, or if you're very rich, to your whole faction. You can. It's really about working in team. It's one of the first game that really the gameplay mechanic, you guys are involved in it. Yep.
Several questions. First, Dark Angels, love them, my favorite faction. Are they guaranteed?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Secondly, you mentioned before, is it possible to have all four factions on the battlefield simultaneously?
Yeah, of course. The only thing that that Steven is testing is the Tyrannid. Because if we add AIs, NPCs on top of you guys fighting, if you want to have 1,000 people, then but it's still in line with the IP, because if Tyrannid sees a whole bunch of people fighting, they might wait until they kill each other, because the purpose of a Tyrannid is to eat them. It's not to kill them. It's to eat them. So yeah.
So the gods will not be there at launch because of the specific classes that we have with them, like the Mouse Marines, Berserker of Corn. But we will feature the main Chaos Legion. So the gods, yes, are very interesting in the game, but not right at launch.
Our dream is really that this game is successful, that you guys really like it, that after launch we add factions after faction, and that all, was it 15 faction? 15 faction for EK? Ish?
Maybe 22 controls, so the sub.
Yeah, the sub-faction, so it's to add all of them in the game. That's it.
A lot of questions.
I just have a quick one. Because of like the different chaos gods, different
We're gonna have, because we want this game to be a real strategic video game, and not just you guys going beep, 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 like this. Can you imagine if 1,000 people just shoot without any thinking? So we're gonna have a mechanic for friendly fire, a little bit like you have in PlanetSide 2, but we're gonna have it range from a new player that doesn't give you a lot of damage if he shoot you while you're in his team, but we'll have like at one point you will have, it's more about your honor. So he's gonna be have a icon saying that this guy doesn't know how to shoot or something like that, And for veteran though, yes, we're gonna penalize a friendly fire for veteran, because we really want them to say, you're a sniper, you go there, be careful with your crossfire. You guys go behind the what are they called? No, the big.
Titans, the Dreadnoughts.
Dreadnoughts, thank you. The Dreadnoughts, you hide behind the Dreadnoughts. And then you guys, so we want real military strategy to be there. We don't want just people shooting through Dreadnoughts to the enemy.
I think that we have one last question. Do we have time for a last one?
How we go for time?
Yeah, one last.
One last question.
Au début, vous avez dit que
On peut pas. Les Tyrannides sont un hive mind. T'as vu le film Starship Troopers?
ouais, mais on s'entend que certains tyrannides comme les Steelers sont déconnectés.
Oui, sauf que dans tout l'univers de 40K, t'en as vu combien de ça? Combien de fois sont apparus ces genres de Tyrannides-là? T'en as déjà vu 1000? T'en as déjà vu 1000?
Les Legion.
Hein?
Les Legion Steelers sont indépendants. Mais c'est plus le challenge qu'il y a derrière les Tyrannides. Vu qu'on veut traiter l'univers avec le respect qu'il se doit, réussir à mettre un système de progression avec les Tyrannides et les Legion Steelers serait très 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 difficile.
Pas juste ça, c'est que les Gene Stealers sont toujours entourés d'autres Tyrannides, sont déconnectés, mais sont entourés aussi. Alors la mécanique d'avoir juste des Gene Stealers tout seuls, encore une fois, ça brise un petit peu le fait que si on a déjà 1 million de joueurs qui jouent des Space Marines, dans tout l'univers Warhammer, il n'y en a pas 1 million. Fait que déjà là, on brise un petit peu pour le purpose du gameplay, mais c'est ça, les Tyrannides, c'est pas une race qu'on peut jouer. Je pense même pas que Game Workshop fait que, Mais vous allez les voir. Vous allez les voir, il faut juste que vous allez vous battre contre eux autres.
Okay, so very quickly in English, so no, we will not feature Tyranids as a playable race. We love the Tyranids, but it will be very, very challenging for us to be able to play that will fit also the license. Yeah, it will be there as an NPC.
Yeah, there was one quick question. Ask.
Monetary within game.
Monetary? Would you?
You say is there a, not pay to play, but you can buy certain.
Yeah, microtransaction,
I
yes.
assume it's going to be sort of like when you buy Havoc or you buy Assault Train or you buy whatever. Is there a way of generating currency in game that allow you to open up further?
Yes, that's the system. Actually,
The more you play, the more you.
yes, you will use XP to be able to unlock more accessories, and we have also some currency inside the game, like requisition point for the space mine, that will help you to buy the equipment that you will need.
Yeah. So it's the very, very simplified version of the economy that you have in EVE Online. Very, very simplified version.
It's some kind of world of tanks.
Yeah, something like that. Right. That's it? Good. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot.